Hey guys, I just came back from Japan and I had the opportunity to fly on an airline level 787 sim and walk inside the first Dreamliner built. You see, a lot of the 787's components like the wings and composite fuselage are built here in Japan. So as a tribute to the factories here, Boeing decided to donate their first 787 to Nagoya Airport. This 787 was the prototype for the program. Brake released?
Yep, the parking brake is released.
Take off power, N1, N2. Stabilize.
Yep.
Airspeed alive. It was really neat that we get to have free reign to explore the inside and outside of the airplane and see the cockpit all free of charge. The visitor center is really unique, built as a Seattle-themed food court with a real Starbucks and Pike Place Brewing. It certainly feels like we're in the United States and you forget that you're in Japan. There are 3 levels of terraces that allow you to get arm's length away from the wingtip and score great shots from unique angles. Engineering-wise, the 787 is special. It is the first composite airliner and it actually looks like a spaceship. I've flown on the 787 a bunch of times, but it never gets old. Boeing engineers really took a lot of risks with this airplane. Despite all the media backlash and missed delivery deadlines, the airplane is a technological masterpiece, a game changer in the long-haul market. They say up to 20% more efficient than previous generation aircraft, and most importantly for passengers, it meant airlines could operate convenient, non-stop service between city pairs that were previously not profitable. And passenger comfort is unparalleled with its lower humidity, comfortable cabin altitude, and large windows. It's cool they open up the whole back wall so you can get an unobstructed view into the business end of the airplane. Those sheepskin cockpit seats are very comfortable, great back support, and very breathable. The 787's doors are pretty similar to the 777's. It's pretty cool to point out that these doors have a dimming window, just like the regular windows in the cabin. This prototype aircraft never had its cabin fitted out. It gave easier access to systems for Boeing engineers. So unfortunately, we were not able to tour the main cabin of this airplane. Instead, here are shots I took from the 23rd 787 built on my ride to Japan. But if you want to see shots of the prototype 787, you can do a quick Google search for those cabin photos. Powering the plane on her first flight were these Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engines. The engines are made in the United Kingdom, Rolls-Royce engines. They're high bypass engines. You can see how small the core are, how big the fan is. It's almost like a ducted fan if you think about it. Most of it is bypass air flowing around. Walking under the wing here, you can see the fuel dump pipe. These canoe fairings makes it aerodynamic to hide away the flap actuators. Love how the shape just blends in with the APU back here. This 787 was the prototype for the program. This airplane was rolled out in 2007. but because a lot of its components and systems weren't ready for flight, the first flight for this airplane didn't occur until the fourth quarter of 2008. Once they did fly the airplane, they had 3 prototypes. The third prototype is at the Museum of Flight in Seattle, the second prototype in All Nippon Airways colors, where you can also explore at the Pima Air and Space Museum, and this is the #1 airplane that they produced. All the prototypes weren't saleable because they were overweight and didn't meet production specs. While the first 3 prototypes found homes at museums, the 4th prototype built was scrapped. After a full walk around of the airplane, we finish off our Dreamliner experience with a paid half-hour session inside an airline training simulator. As a general aviation pilot, I was surprised how light the controls felt. The airplane was surprisingly responsive and flew like a nimble, light aircraft rather than a giant school bus. And that's thanks to its well-designed fly-by-wire system. Positive climb, and then we go gear up.
Yeah,
Gear up.
Then climbing up to 3,000.
Thrust response was also snappier than I imagined, especially with large bypass engines like these. The main difference flying a jet that has such low drag and such large size is there's a lot of inertia when you're trying to slow down, so you have to anticipate your airspeed changes ahead of time. Landing an airliner is also different than flying a general aviation aircraft on approach. Instead of having a nose down attitude, the airplane has a slight nose pitch up on final approach, so when you transition to the flare, you just need a small amount of back elevator pressure to get the desired flare attitude, whereas in a Cessna 172, we go from a nose down approach attitude to a significant nose high attitude to arrest the descent. Once you nail your airspeed and sight picture, the jetliner is not hard to land. I hope you guys enjoyed this in-depth look at the 787 Dreamliner. If you found this video interesting, informative, or entertaining, please be sure to add a like and subscribe to my channel to help my channel grow. See you guys on the next flight.